Let's get to our final question in our investigation, which is, why did Ashlee Buzzard cut off communication with her family? Why would you do that? You're a single mom. A lot of times single moms want to reach out and get help, right? I've got to run here. Can you help out? Can you help out? Right? Here to help with our investigation, Scripps News Group reporter Crystal Bermudez, covering the story from the beginning. Also with us, psychotherapist, CEO of Life Counseling Solutions, Dr. Janie Lacy. All right, Crystal, from your investigation, your reporting, what have you learned about why Ashlee was isolating, why she was cutting her family off?
Yeah, Vinny, I just want to share just this past last week, last Thursday after her hearing, I met with her mother, Lori Miranda, and Lori shared with me a number of photos and videos from the year of 2018 up until 2023. And in those videos that she shared with me, she captured moments where Ashlee was playing with her daughter, both daughters, when she had both of them at the same time. So it was very strange to see that over a progression of years that she had this family behind her, you know, the support of her mom, her oldest daughter as well. And then suddenly it just ended up being her and Melody, just them two, pretty much against the world at this point. As far as Lily Dennis, the paternal grandmother, when I spoke to her after court, she also recounted to me times when she used to help Ashlee financially. If she came by the house and needed money for whether it was car expenses or anything for the baby, that she was quick to give her any money and assist her in those instances, because that was ultimately at some point someone who her son was with, Rubiel Meza, and was the mother of his child. So she was always, from my understanding, always quick to help her financially in that regard too. So it's a big question as to why she decided to just cut everyone off.
Yeah, if there's a grandchild involved, grandparents will help. Trust me, I know. Dr. Janie Lacy, why would someone isolate like this? Why would you do that? Why would you take this child away from grandparents and aunts and uncles and siblings and just take her away from the world?
Well, you said it earlier, Vinny. I mean, it's a tragedy, but we see this as a tragic pattern that we see often in families that deal with untreated severe mental illness. Ashlee's decision to cut off her family in 2021, to me, it wasn't made in a vacuum. It came at a critical moment when she was facing the potential loss of custody of her daughter. So what I would suggest is that when Ashlee was released from, I believe it was a psychiatric hospitalization, and she learned that her daughter's grandmother had begun that adoption proceedings, to me that triggered probably an extreme protective response. And potentially in her mind, due to the mental illness, she may have genuinely believed that she was perhaps rescuing her daughter or protecting her daughter. But from the outside, we can see this was actually isolating a vulnerable child from her support systems. So, Vinny, when it comes to me, for the progression, deterioration that we're seeing, the grandmother described the troubling behaviors, as you just reported from the beginning, even the unusual eye contact, the sense that something was off. And then now we're here in 2025, we're seeing the increased paranoid, the elaborate behaviors, the wigs, the switch plates, the locked doors with multiple locks. Those aren't the actions of someone in touch with reality, Vinny. That's what I would suggest.
And how does the protection go? Like, I understand that, right? You grab your child, I'm going to protect her, no one's going to take her away. But then she goes on this crazy trip, comes back apparently without her, and is saying nothing about it. To me, those two things don't add up to me.
That's where I would look at that we can't ignore Ashlee's own traumatic childhood, right? She experienced domestic violence, homelessness, instability, I believe. And, you know, often parents who experience trauma as children, they develop hypervigilant, controlling behaviors with their own children. And that's what I mean when they're trying to prevent what happened to them potentially, but their methods can become harmful in themselves. So, you know, isolation is often about control, but it's about can be about fear, Vinny, right? When someone cuts off their entire support system, grandparents, aunts, extended family, what we'll see is they're often operating potentially from a place of deep paranoia or distrust. So the question becomes, like, what was she afraid of? And if that was the case from her mental illness, what was the fear grounded in reality, or was it grounded in delusion?
Crystal, we have about 20 seconds left here. Currently, is she still isolating herself in her home? Is she not being very public? Is she kind of by herself, locked up behind that front door?
Yeah, actually, when she did return home after her court appearance Thursday morning, I did drop by. We did see her go home, and I've made some other drop-offs as well, but still no sight of her. She's definitely been laying low as she has another appearance tomorrow in Lompoc.
All right, Crystal Bermudez, great work as always. Thank you so much. Dr. Janie Lacy, great to have you with us. Is Melody Buzzard alive? Is it possible there's someone somewhere in Utah or northern Arizona who is watching her, taking care of her, yet avoiding the public? If so, it's time for this to end. From the beginning, none of this has been in the best interest of Melody. And I just hope and it's a big if she's alive, that someone steps forward and does the right thing. I'm Vinny Politan. We'll keep digging for answers as the investigation continues.